Hi, Hope Zvara here, creator of Core Functional Fitness, and I'm here to work you through some foam roller work today. So today we're just going to quickly focus on the lower body. So why is foam rolling an important aspect to your fitness routine, or even if you're not a fitness buff, just all over body function? Because it helps release the fascia or the tissues of the body. So many people believe that fascia is just an outer layer or a sheath that covers the body, but in fact everything is fascia. So not just our outer layers around our muscles, tendons, ligaments, and bones, but also within those areas, even within our blood vessels, everything is fascia. And so if we think more so as our body in one big unitard, and it's necessary to release the unitard to let all the areas within that unitard function, we can better understand the need to work things like myofascial release. So when we do this, we're trying to loosen, like I have my leggings on, be able to make my leggings more pliable and more movable so that the muscle and the tendons and ligaments, connective tissue, blah, 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 all beneath that can do their job and be able to be in their proper position. So if you're an athlete, doing something like rolling or having myofascial release done can be something very positive for your all-over fitness level, but also to help decrease the chances of injury. So I'm working with a soft foam roller, and I want to encourage you to maybe think about using a soft foam roller versus a hard foam roller so that we can increase the proprioceptors in our brain. So for many of us, we've been taught more is better, go harder, push harder, and we're actually desensitizing our tissues in our body. So we need more to feel more. So if you've ever been to a massage therapist before and you say, oh, she just doesn't push hard enough, it doesn't work for me, probably the proprioceptors in your tissues are a little deadened, and so I want to encourage you to use a softer foam roller, so one, we don't bruise the tissues, but two, you increase that sensory kind of connection between your physical body and your brain so that you have better output. Typically, we have about 10 times more feelers in our fascia than we do in muscle tissue. So really important, again, to feel during this practice rather than just do. So again, we're going to focus on the lower body today, and this is something that you can easily do before your workout, before your run, before your bike, or even before you go to bed at night. All right, so grab your foam roller, and I'm going to lay on my side. We're going to start with the side of the leg. So imagine your pants seam down the side of your leg. You have a couple major things here. You have your iliotibial band. You also have some fascia that runs down the side of the leg, and your glute max attaches at about mid-thigh. So you have a lot going on the outer leg. With a soft foam roller, you can roll right up over the hip and even up to where the top of your pant seam is. If you were on a harder foam roller, I would not recommend you rolling over joints. That's too much pressure and too much intensity over a very thin area of tissue. So as you come on your side, you can secure your top foot to the floor so you can vary the amount of pressure and weight on your body to ensure that it's working for you. So if it's too much pressure, put more weight into the top leg. If it's just enough, you can let your body weight sit down onto it. Many times people roll to kind of get rid of, and I want you to roll to feel. Kind of a different mindset, and I'll try to stay on camera here for you. Encourage yourself to roll the full length, especially of that upper leg. So even though it might be more intense in the upper leg, I want to encourage you to roll all the way down towards the knee. Change the angle of your body, so rocking a little bit more towards the hamstring and a little bit more towards the quad, and see if you can find those hot spot areas. If it is an area of issue, feel free, small rolls or even front to back. We're basically trying to make our gravel driveway into a nice smooth paved one. That may not happen today, but this is a work in progress. If you struggle with things like hip openers, or your legs feel more like really tight rubber bands, working with a foam roller before you practice yoga, whatever it is, may increase your likelihood of having a really effective practice. At the studio that I own and teach at, we use foam rollers regularly and also AccuBalls as part of our practice. It's just another prop that you grab like a block. All right, so now we're going to venture into the quads. So bringing your thighs onto the foam roller. Keep some core strength not to harm the lower back. I'm going to be on my forearms and just a nice push-pull. So as I push-pull, I'm going to work all the way up towards my knees and all the way down towards my pubis and hip flexors. And you can try bending the knees. That may change the sensation. And keep working here. I'm just going to stand up for a second. I also want you to play with the rotation of the legs. So if my hands were the feet, Try an external rotation where you're laying more on the inner thigh. Try an internal rotation where you're laying more on the outer leg, and then also parallel. Changing these rotations may also change the sensation in your rolling experience. So we'll get a little bit more here on the quad. You obviously can continue after this video on your own time. And so just a nice front to back. You get a little core work here in, which is always good. Our core is something we don't just turn on and off, we use it all the time. And then let's work our way over towards the opposite hip. I'm actually gonna flip over so I can stay facing you, but you can just turn around if you'd like to. Same thing again. Now each side may not be created equal, so I want to encourage you to, again, be playful and see this side as its own. So do you find yourself in the need to be more on the upper hip level, or are you more at mid-thigh? Again, if it's too much, put more pressure and weight into that top leg. If I rock a little bit further back, it can be a little bit more into the glute. If I rock a little bit more forward, it can be a little bit more into those hip flexors. And again, encouraging yourself to work the full length of the leg, not just the top or just the bottom. And you can pay a little attention to the knee. You can roll right around the knee, front, back, side. If you're a runner and you feel like your rubber bands of your legs are about to snap, it may be worth a $30 investment on a good soft foam roller. And then finally the hamstrings. So we're gonna sit down. Foam roller goes underneath us. Hop your booty up onto it, and then push-pull. I can cross my legs and put one leg on for a little bit more weight, or I can just do double. Rolling to the backs of the knees and out towards the sit bones. Again, a good little bit of core work and arm work. If your arms are short, you could easily put your hands on blocks as well. Excellent. And so the last one we're going to focus on is more specifically the gluteal muscle and the piriformis. So sitting up on your foam roller, I'm going to lean back on my hands, cross what would be your left ankle over the left knee, and then rock onto that glute tissue and roll that hip. If this seems really tender and really intense, just extend the leg out and you can work on that glute tissue as is. So you can change how much you rock right to left, and that will change the sensation in your hip, glute, and piriformis. Nice, and let's just do the other side. These would be great prep work for any standing postures. If you're gonna be prepping for something like chair pose or pigeon, or again, like I said, you're an athlete and you find yourself running, biking, swimming. Basically, if you do anything with your legs at all during the day, you're gonna find that rolling out the lower body is gonna be something easy to incorporate. You don't have to be athletic, but you're definitely gonna notice the difference. All right, great job. For more information, visit my website at hopecorefitness.com and check out my online training, Core Functional Fitness Functional Foundation. And if you have a question, feel free to send me an email at info@hopezvara.com. Namaste.